So today, this is kind of in lieu of our round robin format where we get a chance to have our supplier partners come on and have a word in person with our teams. And even though it's kind of unfortunate circumstances that we're not together in person, it allows us to bring more of you together and have an opportunity to reconnect with our teams while we're all remote. So we are going to hear from Jean-Charles a little bit about, what's been going on. There's so many different activations happening, and then we are going to show a deck of programming. So we have some amazing programs coming up with Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon. We have, we're going to do an explosion of French bubbles in honor of the 4th of July. And what else? Killer grillers with Leith. We have Deloach Start a Garden. We've got LVE wines on features. So lots of different things coming up over the summer. And all of these programs are designed to have longevity beyond a specific holiday. So really building momentum to get us well established, preparing for SOND, because of course that's around the corner. So we'll have Jean-Charles on our live Instagram coming up in 2 weeks, which will be here before we know it. And then again on the 2nd of July. So we'll do Cab and Bubbles in honor of Cabs for Dads and 4th of July sparklers. So,
well, I'm very honored, as well as our fantastic, phenomenal, irresistible team, Carla Nichols, Ken Hornline, and Woody Stevenson. But we're delighted to be with the gorgeous Jordine and Montana. And we've had the pleasure to have a few of those great discussions together. And ladies, I want to raise my glass to you because you're making things happen. And I think it's very, very exciting. So cheers.
I know, I don't have any wine. I can fix this.
You could fix that easily, Montana. You go outside of the bedroom, it's on your left, and you pick the ice, and you come back in the bed.
I've done this before, hold on.
Love it, and she will be back.
She will. Very fast, probably.
Which has been so exciting is really for all of you at Maverick. We've been delighted to talk to Jordine and, of course, Montana and your team. Carla has been really phenomenal at bringing the teams together, which is so important in those difficult times. Yes, you solved it. That was so quick.
It's not my first day, thank God.
Chin chin. Santé. To love, to passion, to excess. So it's very exciting to be together virtually as well. And what we want to tell you from Napa Valley, from Sonoma, from Burgundy, of course, and all the regions where we produce wine, everybody misses you, everybody loves you, everybody dearly wants to be back to be with you because it has been way too long. And at the same time, we've enjoyed this time being, maybe not remote or not out of touch, but in touch differently. And I think it has taught us a lot of great things. One, we've talked a lot with Montana and Jordine. So thank you so much, both of you ladies, for being available. And it's great because we don't have to take an airplane necessarily to be together. So, and we visit more often, every 2 weeks or every week we've been in touch, and that's the beauty. So the new world we're going to live in for all of you at Maverick is the same as ours. Making wine is exciting, sharing it is the best, and selling it is the hardest. We often need, to be physically together. We need to convince one another with a glass of wine and touch and feel and swallow the elixir of God to know what it is. But I think we can all as well utilize modernity and technology to become all of us better at what we do. And I think those are the times, difficult times, of course, for many of us. Some of you have had family with COVID-19 or things which are even worse that I don't want to mention, because we all deal with issues which are much greater than COVID, even though COVID allowed us to think about our health, about ourselves, about how we live, about bacteria. We love bacteria in wine. They tend to be very good. So just a reminder. Same with bread. We love wild yeast. So it allows us to rethink who we are. And I think that's the communication we were discussing. I want to share with you is all our team has been amazing. From Carla specifically and myself, we were less technology savvy than Ken and Woody. Both of them were very already on the forefront. it has pushed us, Carla and I, to become much greater experts at Zoom, at go-to-meetings, at preparing presentation, at being online. And Carla, I would venture to say it has been great. You've been amazing and you've pushed me to become better. And for all of you to know, I'm terrible with technology. I know how to turn on the computer, having spit information, but I never rely on answers. I do answers through art. That's my way of getting answers, not the machine. But it has been an exciting time at the same time. And we know it has been difficult, tragic. Many of our friends in the restaurant world and hotels may not reopen or reopen very differently or with different concepts. It's your role, our role, to help them to do this and to assist them, to advise them, to curate them new wines, maybe more affordable wines, or maybe wines people can take home with a meal. Maybe, you know, they're going to just open every other room in the hotels just because of contagious feelings and emotions from people going to the hotel. So we need to adapt. The bottom line is, we in sales, we all promote, we need to adapt to the new way of doing anything we do. I'm going to use myself as an example. I love people and I love being around the table and kick ideas. Ken has been in thousands of meetings with me and we say, okay, let's discuss. Until we don't all agree, we keep going and discuss. And we love the round table and being together and sharing. And it has been very difficult for me specifically not to be able to hug, to feel, to touch, to be with people. My life up to now at 50 years old, for the last 30 years more or less, has been living 6 to 7 months away traveling. And I love it. And I seize my energy from it, my passion from it, my vibration from it. And I had to reinvent what we're doing. So we started the JCB Live, the taste wine, wine style sessions at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And, you know, the happy hour at 6 p.m., now 5 p.m. for the summer, and all kinds of other phenomenal new things like what we're doing now with restaurant, winemaker dinners, educational sessions, anything you can imagine. And I'm getting messages today from all over the world that I would never get before. It could be from Japan to China to France to Germany. And they say, I saw this video, I saw this happy hour, I saw this tasting, I love it. So I really believe what I'm saying in a long way is, I think what is important, as Jordine has done and Montana, Carla, Woody, Ken, and all our team, let's reinvent who we are. Let's use this time to say to ourselves, let's play the game differently. Let's maybe change the rule of Monopoly. Let's maybe change the rule of your favorite game, American football, tennis. Maybe we play on a shorter court, you know, because our knees are not as good and we don't want to run as fast. Or maybe we play squash differently or badminton differently, or any game you can imagine. I think it's very important in today's time, as we're entering a great summer together, summer of love. There's nothing better. I turned 50 last year. The theme was the summer of love. Rosé is the summer of love, you know? So I really think, as we all in promotion, we all in entertainment, we all in, you know, trying to do things differently. Ladies, you are bringing a new way of looking at wine, promoting wine, giving ideas of why we should drink wine. We all need to become much more ourselves. And that's my conclusion. Be who you want to be. It's very important that you assert your own personality, that you seize this occasion to be really the person you've always dreamed that you should be, and go for it. And if you don't know how to get there, figure out a way. I know you will, but allow yourself to be the person that you've dreamt to be, or you are dreaming of becoming. Different meanings into each of those sentences. And for me, I will leave you with that thought. I love drawings. And over the last few days, I've posted a few very late night little paintings, however you want to call them, about racism. about violence, about injustice, about naturally the world of LGBT that I encourage, of people wanting to do what they want to do and they should do. And I favor, you know, peace and love and taking care of one another. And that's what life is about. And this is what this gift of God is about, to bring us together, not to separate us, not to bring us apart, but on the opposite, bring us around the table and discuss, debate, exchange, have different viewpoints, talk about different religion, be it. We should feel comfortable talking about politics, religion, skin color, and justice at large at the table. It should not be taboo. The more we talk about it, the more we discuss, the more we exchange, the more we at peace with oneself, and the more we allow others' opinion to gain into our opinion and influence us in a good way. You know, my grandparents were school teachers. Saturday and Sunday lunch was all about talking politics, history, and they disagreed. That was the best, because you had one side of the family one way, the other, and then everybody was so agitated to the point they would throw sauce at each other or a glass of wine at each other, but they never did. They were on the verge to it. I would be the mediator saying, well, let's rethink this idea. And I tell you all that because I think we coming to that stage in our society where it's exciting to listen to different opinions. If we all just love rosé, it would be boring. We all do, but in addition to, we love whites, we love bubbles, we love Cabernet, we love Pinot, we love red blend, we love Rhone grapes, etc., etc. So diversity, I think, makes us who we are. And I think Maverick as a team is a diverse, phenomenal team that makes you who you are and makes you perform how you each choose to perform. And this is why I love the world we're in. We're not making widgets. We're making the gift of God. We're making the most subjective gift. Why? You like, you don't. Why? Why not? And then we move on to the next. And it's a constant search for oneself and each other's senses and each other's respect of one another's opinion. So I want to raise my glass to the beautiful tattoo Montana has on her left arm. Very sexy, by the way. Is there more than one?
Yes.
Wow. So we need to play a game next time. We need to play a game next time and we guess which part of your body.
Oh my.
Jordy, any tattoo you want to share?
No, I don't.
Not yet, huh?
Not yet.
Well, I need to tell you, so I do those, I love tattoos and you know, I've been to Africa when I was very young. I was, I think, 6 years old on just a discovery trip with, in fact, my grandparents. And we went in Egypt and then we ended up going south and we ended up in a tribe. And you see tribes on National Geographic or in magazines or obviously TV shows, and you never imagine this is really reality. You think it's a show. And it was it. And it was all about tattoos and natural bone rings and all what they found around themselves to adorn their body. And I thought, this is so cool. Those people really transform nature into what they are. And the more tattoo you had, the higher up you were in the tribe. And I think it's very cool to be able to, you know, welcome all different kinds of decoration in our body. So Montana, promise we can see more next time.
No problem. Sure, that would make for a very entertaining video.
See, that's when I asked for the sale. You see, I got the purchase order now.
That's a good close.
We're going to live this down. Thank you so much.
No, but it's a great pleasure. And I would just encourage as well everyone, maybe the last thing I want to say, because I deal with a lot of people in our organization and in others that I'm part of, depressed because of what's going on. And it's very easy to look at the dark side of life. And it's very easy to look at the empty glass rather than what is half full. Very easy. And, you know, the borderline of depression is very, very quick. And I dealt with it over the weekend with a few people I know. One of them who is a major personality, and she's a mover and shaker. And, it's been very tough. And, we were discussing it. And we had a big expression, which I always love. I love the Beatles. Shows you the time and the era I'm from. And there's a song which is Let It Be. And Elton John echoed it on other songs. And, I was telling her, let it happen. When it rains, it pours, and then things evolve. And life always comes back into place in one way or the other. So I think we need to become optimistic. And you are in the best states for that. Colorado, you drink it, smoke it, and do it all as you wish it. And you're very free-spirited. So I really think it's the greatest place. And I want to leave you with another thought, by the way. When I came to the boundaries of Colorado, I was 22 years old. I was crossing the United States by car. And I was mesmerized by this amazing state and the grandeur of it, the beauty of it, and the sense of limitlessness. You look at those mountains and you think it's the horizon that's going to take me to new height. And I think just that being in Colorado, you get high. No pun intended.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
So I know I was supposed to address for 5 minutes. It's 21 minutes later.
It's all right.
You see, Carla, you
We're
introduced
so
us
happy to hear from you. It's always enlightening.
to beautiful ladies, and here we go. We never want to leave.
Well, you don't have to. We have a great presentation. Montana's queuing it up right now. And we are so excited. I mean, she is so creative, and the collaboration between all of us and the ideas that we've come up that are executable and are meaningful and really deliver the messaging that Boise is trying to deliver right now. She got it. And now the team will get it. And thank you, Montana and Jean-Charles.
Thank you, Jean-Charles.
Stay as long as you want.
Yes, no, I'm gonna stay 3 more minutes because I have 3 more minutes. If I can be with you longer.
You want to talk longer?
No. You've had enough of me.
Kim, do you want to say anything before we go into our slideshow?
No, jump in, Carla.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to share.
As you're pulling the slide, I want to say thank you to all the Maverick team for what you've done during those 3 months. And we know it was not easy, but I want to say thank you for what you're going to be doing, because those times bring us closer together. We all understand better our priorities. Montana prepared something very sexy and very executable, which makes sense, and beautifully thematic, which I love. Lots of great themes. And Carla, thank you so much for that, because it's what the world needs. So I wish every wholesale in the world was as good as you all. And I wish everyone would be as talented as energizing all of us and wanting us to go beyond as you do. So, ladies, Jordan, Montana, Carla, thank you immensely. Woody, Ken, and all the Maverick team, thank you in advance for how you're going to transform and be Mavericks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll keep hustling. That's what we do, right, guys?
Great summer.
All right. Well, I'm going to pull up this presentation. I haven't done this before on a PowerPoint where then it goes full screen. So I think we'll see what happens to us here, but I have all the faith. Hold on.
I have mine open for backup if you need me.
Thank you. Okay.
You got it.
Well, there it goes. Let's see what happens when I put it into,
Ooh.
No problem at all. Okay.
That's awesome.
So, yes. So what's so wonderful, as Jean-Charles mentioned, is this opportunity that we all have to really bring this life close contact experience on a regular basis that we weren't getting before. So a lot of the things that we are seeing available through regular channels, whether it's YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, that are happening all the time now are just a greater way to connect us all with wine. So you guys have the schedule. We have a regularly rotating schedule as discussed in our meetings from Boissé. They are the only supplier that provides us with this information over a month in advance, which means that we have the opportunity to set up ourselves and our accounts up for success. So thank you all for that very much. It makes a huge difference in the marketplace. The first program that we're going to go into in detail is the Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon 4-pack. And there are a number of programs that this actually fits into, one being Cabs for Dads in honor of Father's Day around the corner, the 4th of July, of course, these all being domestic wines. But we want to have a lot of longevity with this program, so we just kind of kept it focused on the wines in the region. And then we'll have support that is more specific to the holidays that this falls under. So it's a 4-pack. We have our Reserve Selection Velvet Label Raymond Cabernet, 1881, Chateau Buena Vista, and Durant and Booth Cabs. Carla, did you want to talk about the 4-pack, or do you want me to keep going?
Sure, I'll be happy to. You know, the Chateau Buena Vista Napa Valley Cabernet is in its, I believe, 5th going on 6th vintage, and has been an incredible rebirth for a beautiful historical old winery that was founded in 1857. And since the Boissé family purchased the winery, it's been, the main mission is to rebirth and re-elevate it to the grand chateau that it was in the 19th century. And we did that with the introduction of the Napa Valley Cabernet. And why Napa Cabernet is because the founder, very colorful Count Agustin Hiersty, he actually brought the Vitis vinifera to the valleys. Before there was even a wine industry, there was Buena Vista. And he shared those cuttings with everyone in the valleys, including Charles Krug, who went over to the other side and grew his Cabernet from the Count. So the Count owned vineyards on both sides of the mountains in both valleys. And it's been a tremendous success. It's one of our top selling wines nationwide, and it's the top selling wine in some major markets as well. And then with that success, we introduced the collection of Chateau wines, and we'll talk about the newest one that's coming up soon. The 1881 and Durant and Booth, those have a historical tie as well, with the family purchasing the Oakville grocery store, which is at the gateway entrance of Napa Valley, and has been there since the 19th century as well. The post office and the oldest grocery store on the West Coast. And everyone that comes to Napa stops at Oakville Grocery. And right next door, there's this really beautiful old Victorian house. Some of the first occupants, people who lived there, were Durant and Booth surnames. And then 1881 ties in with the valley and the founding of Napa Valley. So there's a lot of great story here to tell. And then with Raymond Napa Cab, of course, it's, you know, intertwined with the Beringers for 5 generations in the heart of Napa. So we really feel like that, you know, these 4 Napa Cabs together at a nice gift price of $129.99 to give Dad the best of Cabernet and Napa Valley. And of course, we all know Cabernet is king, and Napa Valley Cabernet is the oil of our business.
Awesome, thank you. So then the first program that you guys will see, and I'll have the, just so my team knows, you guys, the link to all this for where you'll find all this presentation and all the supporting materials will be in the comments of the video itself. So if you just look at the description down below, you'll be able to click and open up and see all this yourself. But the first program, well, it's just the Cabernets themselves, and then we'll get into Father's Day. But as Carla mentioned, the heritage and legacy is such a huge theme tie into American history, and then Father's Day also, so, you know, building that legacy within a family and what these wines mean historically to Napa Valley, and they just each represent a really interesting and unique aspect of that. Lineup wise, I think it's perfect. All right, and then this is this little image you guys see down here. That's the 4-pack this will come in. You guys have Mavericks have seen this 4-pack. It's the carrier one, And the sticker on the right-hand side is the design. You have a QR code. This will scan and open up. The web page is already set up, so this is functional. This is where people will find the tasting notes, information on the wines, food pairings, and then we'll also add the video after Jean-Charles comes on the live Instagram show, so that that is visible. The discussion will be accessible there, and that'll stay up. So it'll be something that accounts can and customers can go to as a resource for all of the more in-depth information, and we just kept it fairly simple on the sticker itself. So you have a lot of longevity with this 4-pack. And then this is our first live date with Jean-Charles. So we'll have him on our Instagram live. This is something that we can certainly promote with accounts. This is going to be really focusing the 4-pack on Father's Day, Cabs for Dads. It's on Thursday, June 18th, so 3 days before actual Father's Day. This is something that we want to get on the shelf as soon as possible, and then we'll be able to use this as a sales support aspect. We will have an add-on little like sign that can go with the 4-packs that can then come away after this is passed. And what I love so much, as I said before, about the heritage and the legacy aspect of this conversation, Jean-Charles has a very creative way of thinking and doing things, as we're all privy to. And an exercise that he practices with his twin daughters is this exploration of creating their own tasting mat, and what would a wine look like if you were to draw it? What flowers do you taste or smell? What fruits, vegetables, candies, things that children have had. So we're going to do a little parallel create your own tasting mat exercise, and he will certainly expand on that. So the live stream, what people can expect from that is we'll be talking about the wines, of course, and then that'll kind of segue into talking about you know, the overall history, legacy, and then what it means to be a father in today's landscape. They play a lot of different roles. Full-time working, you know, mentor, coach, lately teacher, all the things. So it'll be his unique spin on what that looks like. And we thought that this price point of $129.99 is something very accessible for a lot of people who are looking for a nice gift for dad that isn't totally out of reach as far as expense. So, and I know a lot of your accounts will also offer each of the wines on a display. Hopefully we'll have the wines for sale separately, and then the 4-pack also. Did you want to add anything there? I think that kind of covers it.
That's great. And the graphics are fantastic. Thank you.
Of course, and we'll continue for our team Maverick. You guys, there will be square as well as story, larger graphics that your accounts can share to invite people to watch this. Although it might be something that ends up being just a really interesting kind of organic pop. So we'll start marketing and promoting that this week, and you guys will see it next week already. I just realized, I think that's next week. Time flies when you're having fun.
Sure does.
Totally. And then this kind of was inspired by the fact that I haven't seen fireworks on the 4th of July in Colorado in a very long time. I know none of us have, because it's tinderbox out there. So what can we do in lieu of fireworks? We can always pop bottles, and one of our favorite activities ever is sabering. I'm getting more and more fond of it as the years go by, and especially inspired by Boisset, as they are the source of my own first saber ever. And so this 4th of July sparkling featuring the LVE Rosé Bubbles, JCB number 21. So the LVE being your red, you've got your white in the number 21, and then that wonderful blue label from Charles Dufair. This is an awesome 3-pack. It'll also be in those gift boxes that you guys are familiar with from us, with the sticker, scan code, all the things, so that it can be, you know, deeper info can be found online. But this is a really great price point at $42.99. So that's a very affordable, fun grab and go for people looking for just a fun variety if they're going to a party, or they're hosting a party, or they just want to practice their savoring skills. That'll be something that we'll also start getting out into the market right away. And then the sticker itself will be more focused on like the fun of the bubbles themselves, as opposed to the 4th of July specifically, so that you don't necessarily have an expiration date of on your program. You'll be able to sell it in. It should be fine all summer long. And of course, we'll kind of revamp that yet again to have continuity throughout the holidays and New Year's Eve and all that fun stuff. So I think this 3-pack is something we can really get established and build out. And then as we can see, the saber is on here, and I'm so excited that Carla was able to find us some sabers. So we have opportunities to do some giveaways with accounts. So for those of you guys watching, please come to me. We only have a few, so I need to hear from you right away as soon as possible who's interested in doing a text to win a saber. And we'll also be doing a giveaway when Jean-Charles comes back on the Instagram Live on July 2nd. So for that one, it'll be sort of a like great opportunity to really build out our audience, get a lot of our buyers involved, hopefully have a really good audience, and that video will go up. There'll be a 24-hour period to comment and tag some friends to have a chance to win the saber that way. And then for accounts, they'll be doing a text to win that we can set up very easily. So there'll be 2 sabers for accounts and 1 for social giveaway. So Jean-Charles is going to teach me how to saber. So if you guys have enjoyed this video so far, because I know I have, then that one should be even better. And I will probably have to drink a little bit of champagne prior to the filming.
I saw you saber over the weekend. You did a fantastic.
I've been practicing. I'm trying to brush up so that I can make him proud. But there are a few tricks and tips. So for those of you guys team that have been needing a lesson, and for your accounts, this should just be a very fun, interactive thing. We definitely do social media better than our competitors, and Boise does it better than the industry. So, you know, our platform as a distributor is not totally understood by consumers. That's okay. We are building a brand here, so this is part of it. You guys will be interacting with us, we hope, and we look forward to all the support. So if you have an account that wants to get a saber, we'll be selling in the 3-packs. We'll work out what the details need to be to make that happen, but that should be a pretty fun video that'll be available after the broadcast also. Then we go into Killer Grillers with the Lethal Grills. Leth is something that we have a few of these grills in the warehouse. These are fantastic centerpiece for displays. We had good success with this with some really solid accounts last year, so I think it's something we can continue with, certainly. And in addition to Leth wines, there can be other Boise wines on the display. We just need 10 cases, right, Carla?
Correct.
And this can be sold in as a consumer giveaway. Another thing that's good to do a text to win, or if they have a little ballot box, I think that might be starting to be a little bit passe. We have some free platforms that can do text to win for a specific account. So if you guys want to do it that way, or the boxes, those work as well. We have both in the, we have the boxes in the warehouse with the papers. And this is also, I was thinking, yet another opportunity for your Napa Valley 4-pack to add to this display. So we want to make sure that there's different avenues and opportunities to sell all the programs. So you have your, you know, you have the 4-pack itself just for Napa, then we have the Father's Day, then the 4th of July, then Killer Grillers. So you can continue to adjust and pivot if things are left over from a program. There's lots of opportunities to kind of be fluid and do what works depending on the account situation. So this would be a good place to tuck some of those in as well, because they'd be great with grilling food.
And
anything else on Leth?
An exclusive red wine producer, and with tons of heritage from the 80s when Leth was founded by Chip Leth, who happened to be a Coloradan, and he was an adventurer. He loved to travel to Bordeaux and loved the style of wine. So he came back from a trip once and got together with like-minded Sonoma wine producers, and they basically came up with the idea of the Meritage Society, where you're blending red wines in California out of just Bordeaux grape varieties. So, you know, Leth was one of the pioneers, and this was actually the first acquisition into the U.S. for Jean-Charles in terms of ownership. So it's a very special brand for us. And the man himself, Chip Leth, comes from your backyard. So we love Leth.
Awesome. Thank you. LVE Rosé and Sparkling. We have cans either in the house or almost in the house. I think this is such a nice looking can with the rose gold. And if you guys haven't seen, this is one of the best looking social media feeds that we have access to. Not only is John Legend and Chrissy Teigen super active and obviously incredibly well known, they just do a really great job with photography. So our teams are getting used to having access to social media postable images that are just ready to go, lifestyle images to use in support of their sales through our Dropbox. And this is one of the accounts that is by far the best cache of shareable stuff. So tons of that stuff is already saved, and I'll show you on the next slide. We have a lot of these kind of just added here, but there's tons of beautiful images that this is really a new way, especially in this current landscape of presenting wine. We are sending the buyer, maybe it's the tech sheet or a bottle shot with your own personalized description around why you think the wine makes sense for them. And then you're also sharing the social media shareables right away that help them to promote the wine out of their store or restaurant. And this is really about, we always want to get the wine in, but it's no good to us until the wine goes out or until someone buys it or drinks it. So these types of things are super helpful to feed your account with options to post. And this is a brand that has it nailed. And then one of our favorites, I'll let Carla tell you guys about, Start a Garden. This one's near and dear.
So, obviously, everyone knows that Deloche is one of the few wineries in America. I think there might be between 50 and 60. And Deloche and Raymond are part of an elite group of wineries that are actually certified organic biodynamic by Demeter USA. And when John Charles bought Deloche in 2003 and certified it in 2010, this beautiful 17-acre under vine of the finest clonal selection of Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, making a full-blown biodynamic estate wine with a gorgeous fleur-de-lis jewel label on it. And then from there, our goal, the family's goal, was to make the very best Pinot and Chardonnay in the Russian River Valley, which is just an ideal climatic location for cultivating very high-quality Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. And our wines are made by award-winning winemaker Brian Maloney, who joined us at a very young age, right when John Charles bought the winery. And he's been with us ever since and involved into just quite a rock star winemaker and also in charge of all the Buena Vista wines. This program is about 3 or 4 years old. This year, some of the components we decided not to produce. But I was lucky enough to find our buddy David, who runs the Northern California market. I put a note out to all of our teams saying, does anybody have seeds and galvanized tins? And David found 25 tins and 800 packs of seeds in a warehouse at a wholesaler in Northern Cal. And he was nice enough to pull them out, and they're not being used, and ship them all the way to Colorado. So you have your tools that you love. I know how important gardening is. I know you all love your community gardens as well. And, Deloche is really all about, eating from the healthy, bountiful garden and drinking the highest quality, purest quality Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, the king and the queen of varietals, if you will. We would like to put a 3-case display incentive behind that for you. All we ask is that you just pop your 3 cases in, put your tin up, throw the seeds in, which are value added for consumer to take away for free, and take a picture and turn it in, and then you get a $30 incentive. So there's 25 of those up for grabs. And there's also the hashtag Start a Garden. So there's a social aspect of it as well. So feel free, if you're posting pictures, that you can say hashtag Deloche Vineyards, hashtag Start a Garden, and connect us all to that.
And this went really well for us last year, guys. I know King Soopers did well with this, and there were a number of outlets. So this should be kind of an easy one. And that's a very generous incentive. So thank you, guys.
You're welcome. And I just want to point out the priorities of the Heritage Reserve tier. Of course, Pinot Noir is our lead item. Cabernet Sauvignon is just no stopping that grape variety's popularity. And then the lovely Chardonnay. So those 3 really are the ones that we would like to see on the floor. But if all you sell is Pinot, then you're doing great. Cabernet's great, Chardonnay. So thank you for focusing on those 3 labels.
Thank you for that. This is exciting. We have a new wine from Chateau Buena Vista. This is, I mean, I think the price point is so exciting. We have Cabernet, it's a whole tier above. So new proprietary red blend.
So it is a Bordeaux blend. So it's going to have power, structure, but it's also going to be very refined and restrained, because the style of wines that Brian is making out of Buena Vista are wines to drink now. They're approachable, they're high quality, and they go very well with a variety of foods. So the Cabernet, I've never met anybody at a tasting that has tasted any of the Chateau Buena Vista wines that hasn't said, wow, these are fantastic. And even one of your very own, Miss Heather Hager, absolutely loves our Chardonnay. So do I. So the family now is 4. I started with the Cab, Napa Valley, $49.99 every day, but we are promoting year-round to build this brand at $39.99 for the Cab. And then the Chardonnay is a $34.99 to a $24.99 year-round. And then the Pinot and the new red blend, we are line pricing those $39 to $29.99 year-round. And we are considering and discussing with the team there at Maverick to offer a 4-bottle pack, maybe possibly in September, called the best from our chateau to yours. And it's a discovery pack of some great wines from California's first, California's finest winery, Chateau Buena Vista.
Thank you so much. So, and when will we see the red?
It's shipping now. So as soon as we see your order, it's ready.
Wonderful.
Yep.
So we're super excited about that wine. All of these programs, so as I mentioned in the beginning, guys, you'll find these things in the link is in the comments of the video, and then just reach out for me if you have any questions. Do you guys have anything in conclusion?
You can reach out for Woody and I anytime. We are here to support and here to help, and we are your biggest cheerleaders, and we appreciate everything that you're doing for us. And, you know, regardless of the challenges that we all face, and we all have plenty of those, not just the obvious, but, you know, all the best to everybody. Stay safe, take great care, and keep, like John Charles said, keep your glass half full and keep your attitude positive, and you will get through this, and we all will. So thank you. And Woody, do you have any comments you'd like to share?
It's really great to be able to share all these programs with you all, and I'm very excited for our 2018 proprietary red wine from Chateau Buena Vista. I think you guys are going to love the style of the wine. Brian's just hit it out of the park again.
And Ken, would you like to share anything with us?
Sure. I'd just like to say, you know, it's, you know, we live in a different time, but it's still the same time, right, that it was 6 months ago. We still have to go out and sell wine. We still have to present it. We still have customers buying it. We have people drinking it at home. And I want to reiterate, though, with Boisset, you're going to get a fantastic story to tell. And that's important. I mean, people like history. They like knowing that what they're having is authentic. And we do a very good job at that. We give you a great story to tell. But I think more important to that is when you pull a cork on one of our bottles of wine, you get a fantastic glass of wine that is a tremendous value. And I think with all of this programming that's going on, that you'll have a great opportunity to keep the commission levels high for yourself over the summer. And we look forward to your successes around that. So cheers to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Cheers. And Montana and Jordan, thank you all so much. Fantastic. We are super excited, and we're here for you all the way.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your partnership and everything you guys do. So we'll keep waving the flag, and we'll continue to move forward. Thank you.
And Mavericks, we love you all. Hey.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.